I'm Donna with Donna's Things. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for taking your time, joining in, coming to see what we're doing here at Donna's Things on this side of the camera. And of course, if you have been here before, as always, you know my heart. I appreciate you and your time also. Happy Tuesday. It's a beautiful day, a brisk day. I've already been out early this morning taking care of a few things. It's still early morning, but I've already been out. I am dressed for the day. So I am going to start off by showing you what I am wearing. It's really no big thing. It's just something that I like to do. Of course, this is a store-bought t-shirt, you know, kind of thing. But I am wearing these joggers or these pants. They have like the slanted pocket here, elasticized waistband. They have a faux zipper. It's hard to see it on this fabric. Of course, the waistband, you know, the band is put on and then the elastic in it. They're straight leg pants. They have the tuck, like the pin tuck. The pleat is sewn in down there. Let me show you what the bottom of them actually looks like, because they are straight leg. Have my sneakers on with them today, and I'll show you the pattern. Get it right. I will show you the pattern. I am working with McCalls 8447. I have made these before. I made the whole set before, but this time I just did the pants here. Now mine aren't fitting as close as Brandy's are, because one, I don't wear tight clothes, but also, as I mentioned several times, a little bit of weight that I've lost. So those little 2 inches, I'm hoping to gain back so that my pants are just a little bit more snug, but not a whole lot. This is a, it's not a spandex. I don't really know. When I buy those fabrics out of the warehouse, I don't always pay attention to the tag. And when you get that particular receipt, it doesn't specify the name of the fabric. This fabric is, feels like a nylon. It's not. It is some type of stretch. But it only has a one-way stretch. There's no stretch that way, but you get quite a bit of stretch this way. And I made a like windbreaker to go with it. I used New Look 6142 to make this jacket. New Look 6142. That's the line drawings. I started to, there you go. I started to make the pants that go with this, but I had decided, originally I was just doing pants. I had decided after I pinned the pants to do the jacket, to use this pattern and do the jacket. And because I had already pinned the pants and got my mind set on what I was going to be sewing, I just stuck to those pants. But I did make this windbreaker style jacket. It has these side pockets. The pockets are like this on the inside, and you do top stitch that down. So if you could see it, you would see the top stitching. And of course you see this white in here. That's because the black is in here, so we know I put that in backwards. And after I had sewn it, I was like, I am not taking that out. Then I did put the zipper, of course I put the zipper, but this separating zipper is on here. It goes like that. Here's my hood. Yeah. Now I had made it so that I left the sleeve opening, but after I went out this morning, I decided, oh, I would rather this sleeve had a little elastic in it. So I will go back and put some elastic in it. It's very loose fitting, but I like it this way. Thought about putting elastic in the bottom. I don't know. I doubt that I will, but this is my outfit for the day. I don't do drawstrings, so I didn't do one in the pants. I didn't do one here, but I did put elastic in the hood so that it would drape nicely, you know, when it falls. And I did line the hood with a piece of black knit that I had. So it's really cute and very comfortable. Yep. But that's what I am wearing today. But what I really want to show you are two outfits I worked on. I am back to my fall sewing. I had a couple of color groups that I was working on. The purple, golds, and pinks was one group. The navy and white was the next group. And then tan and black was my final group. However, I deviated from the plan after I did the navy, and I ended up doing my last video where I showed Mimi G's bodycon dress and a Mimi G style coat. So that's my last video if you do want to go back and take a look at it. Now I'm back to the tan and black, and I made Simplicity 9915. I made the dress and the skirt set. I made both because, you see it? I enjoyed it. I made both of them. Now, originally, my, let's get this off first. Originally, the black that I have on here was for, I had enough to make a pair of pants and enough to make a skirt. But after I made this dress, I was like, ooh, I want the skirt and the top also. And so I was like, I'm not going to buy fabric. Let me just use the fabric that I have. But the first thing I did was the dress. Now, this is a champagne color charmeuse. It has a little bit of stretch in it, but here it is here. Loving this. Mine's not a point, but as you can see, like this is the top, the sleeve is all in one. I am going to show you something. The sleeves all in one. And then you have this middle piece, of course, cut on the fold and then fit into here. Really cute. The back has this lap zipper. I did just a single lap. Theirs was the double where you just fold in. This was these vintage patterns. I imagine they weren't doing invisible zippers back then. So they have the zipper down the front, down the back. But when I do these, I like the single way. So that's the lap zipper. And the dress goes just straight down. Love the way, I don't know if you can see how it's a little full here and then it tapers down. There's a dart here in the back of the sleeve. Here's a dart right across there. It does actually give it a nice little fit, but the dress is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I do want to show you something. When I did this dress, well, before I show you, the dress has this belt that drapes in the back of it. Again, same as it was when I made the coat that had this belt. I made the belt. It's ready to go. Well, I have to put the buttonholes on it. I do show you a picture of me just holding the belt up in the back of the dress. I don't know if I want to put it on or not. I like it. I don't like it. I don't really know. But I did make the belt that goes in the back. And what I'm talking about is the, let me see, can you see it that right? It's really, it's right here. See that belt? So it's really cute. I don't know if I will do it or not, but one thing that I was thankful for was this pattern piece. Now this is cut on the bias like this. My fabric, both of my fabrics had a little bit of stretch in them, especially that black one. So I had to really be careful. But here's your center front. So it's cut like this. Here's your center front here. And what I love is this part is the facing. So after you cut it, you turn this in and you get that, see how that is? That facing's back here. You cut it, you get that so that you get this clean look automatically. This right here is not a seam, it's just that facing folded under. And if you sew, you know that you can appreciate a pattern that does that. So I'll turn the whole thing inside out so that you can see what I'm talking about on this top. It allows you to do this so nice and clean. I really, like I said, if you sew, you know that's one of those little things that you can really appreciate in making a garment. So like I said, I enjoyed it so much that I decided to make the skirt and the top. Now, hanging here on this mannequin, she looks lonely. She looks lonely. She looks homey. She doesn't look like much of anything. But when you see it on, it's a totally different thing. So here we go. Here, that same clean finish that I enjoy. I guess if I had used my other mannequin where it was colored underneath, you could see it. But it's got the same thing. Here's your, you know, your piece that goes out like that. Here's your sleeve, you know. This one, of course, does have the dart in it. And it's the shirt. But the top, not only does it zip down the back, this, now mine is pinned, and I'll tell you why. It doesn't just zip down the back. This is a separating zipper. Now, mine is pinned because I had an 18-inch separating zipper. I had black one. I had a 24. It calls for a 22, and 22 is what you need. I started to, the reason I went on and made the dress was because I was going to use the 24, go watch Lydia Naomi's video and see how to resize that zipper, but I decided I didn't want to do that. So the handwork, everything is done on this set, except I need to sew the zipper in. But yes, she opens and closes by a separating zipper. So this one's pinned because this is the 18-inch. It stops here. So I definitely need, but if you look at it, you can see it's all cleaned up inside. It's the handwork is done. Now, let me show you something that I did. Anybody remember or still use this lace? I don't know. Can you see it? It's, I think they call it seam. It used to be like seam binding, and now we call it flexi lace hem tape. And it's just this lace that you sew on. In the earlier days of my sewing, this went on everything. If it wasn't the lace, It was the satiny one that's this width like this. This has a little stretch to it, but you put this on, instead of serging that hem area or folding it up 1/4 of an inch, you sew this on there. Even though I still serged it, keep it clean, and then did this. Put that on it. I put it around the bottom. Yeah, it's around the bottom. But yes, so this opens and closes with a separating zipper, and I am here for it for sure. Let me get her back on here. And then, like I said, it has that same feature, you know, everything else is the same. Of course, with this being the way it is, you don't have to worry about that belt in the back. This has its own design feature in the back. So you got that separating zipper. And then it just had a regular straight skirt. This is, you know, the skirt had 2 darts on each side of the front and 2 darts on each side of the back. However, I did one everywhere, so there's 4 darts instead of 8, and I do that a lot when I am adjusting my waist. Sometimes, I know this is so wrong, sometimes I don't want to I don't even know if that's going to work. Sometimes I don't want to cut a different size because I might need the adjustment. I know that was so terrible. I might only need the adjustment to accommodate my sway back. So I don't really cut the pattern different. If it has 2 darts together, I will eliminate one, and it still keeps its shape. You know, it still keeps its shape. If it doesn't, I'll go back and put it in. But here's the skirt. It's just a regular straight skirt. The zipper is on the side, and I did it the way they did it. They had the double lap, so it lapped on each side, and I went on and did it just that way. I know this is black and hard to see. This is the twill that I got from Fabric Wholesale. I think that's where I got it from Fabric Wholesale. I really like it. It has a sheen to it. I had to be very careful ironing it because the top was cut. Part of it was cut on the bias, so I had to make sure I didn't stretch it out. And because it already has a sheen to it, if that iron gets too hot, it's going to add more shine to it. Only it's kind of going to be more of a burned look. But, you know, you got your 2 darts in the front, 2 darts in the back, instead of 2, 2, 2, and 2. Then your seam down the back and that side zipper. So these garments, both of them, came out really, really, really nice. And this is part of my tan and black fall collections or fall groups. This jogging set, I guess I'll call it, that I have on, I didn't even have this fabric when I chose the tan and black group, but it just so happened that it works out that this blends with that group also. So I am pleased. I know she looks sad sitting on this mannequin. I should have chose either my red or my cream color mannequin so that you could see it, you know, so that you could really see what it's looking like. But I think you could see enough and you could get the idea from what the dress looked like. So I like both of them. Came out so nice, I made it twice. So I am pleased with both garments, and I do have pictures in everything so that you can see them. So again, as I always say, I will try out a pattern. I will, if it works out, then great. I might even make it again. But for me, the thing is, the experience you get in the different techniques that you're doing, you know, or if it ends up being something you don't like, somebody else might like it, and you can always gift it. Or if you're the type you don't like it, you could take it apart, because some of your fabric pieces that were already cut according to the pattern may be large enough for you to cut again into something else. But if I don't like a garment, I just don't make it again. I don't really consider it a fail. It just didn't do what I wanted it to do. But it's not a fail because it can be a positive for somebody else. But I enjoy both. I love my dress. I love my skirt set. Don't know if I'll make it again, but that's only because I already have two. If it was just going by the style, most definitely I would make it again. Beautiful, beautiful fit. And I do want to tell you, I used I never know. I don't know why I don't keep up with this. Okay, yeah, I used the 14. I used the 14 on the skirt and the top, and the finished garment measurement is on the pattern. And so the 14, the 12 was a bust of 38.5. The 14 was a bust of 40.5. And so I cut the 14. The 14 is 1 inch larger than me, but I cut that as opposed to the 12, which was the 38.5, because on these vintage style patterns, for me, I find they would gear more to the smaller size than they would to the fuller size. And I was right, that 14 is not tight. It gives me just enough of what I need. I forget the hip. I forget what the hip was on the skirt, but I cut the 14, and I was able to use 5/8 inch seams on both of them. Yeah, on both of them. So overall, again, I am very happy with my make. I could wear these things anywhere. I wish I had another piece of this, because I wouldn't mind having a pair of pants to go with it. I almost color blocked it because I have the tan in this twill also, and I first cut the top part and I was going to put the tan here, and then I was like, that's backwards. I would rather have had the tan up here. But then I said, no, let me just leave it all black. It makes for a nice black set. So I'm really pleased. Give it a try if you like this style. So I thank you very much for taking your time watching this video on this Tuesday, or whenever it is you're watching. Hit that like button, share my channel, subscribe if you will. I really do appreciate it. But you know me, ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. And I'll see you the next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.